Hey there fellow Miata enthusiasts, today I'm going to be showing you how to replace your thermostat. This is vital to your cooling system in your car, and if it goes faulty, it may cause your vehicle to overheat. Necessary tools to do the job include 12mm ratchet, Phillips head screwdriver, pair of pliers, a wire brush, a scraper tool, fresh coolant, I like to use 50/50, a funnel for the coolant, of course a new thermostat, and can't go wrong with some beer. Let's get started. First thing you're going to want to do is disconnect your battery and jack your car up. Once you've done that, we can go ahead and begin. First thing you're going to want to do is get underneath your vehicle. You're going to see a Phillips head screw just in the middle of your splash guard. You're going to undo that. Now, this is going to cause the coolant to come pouring out. You're going to want a bowl underneath. I personally like to use a leftover bowl from the last time I changed my oil with a little bit of oil left over and a dead lizard inside of it. If you have a clean bowl, that works too. So you're going to let that out. Then you're going to take the radiator cap off the top. That's going to allow air to come in and let the coolant come rushing out. Step out of the way, you don't want to be in the splash zone. If you're as clumsy as I am, you're going to want to go digging in that bowl for that screw that you just dropped when the coolant pushed it out. Now while your coolant is still bleeding out, you're going to want to get started on the real work. I need to get to the main radiator valve here that connects to the engine, but the air filter tube is in my way, or as I like to call it, the big black thing that's in my way. So I'm going to need to disconnect this first to get to the valve because the thermostat is down there. We have valve clamps here, here, and over here. You're also going to want to disconnect this air line right here. Now when you have the big black annoying piece off, you can get to what you really got started for. Our thermostat is in here, so first we're going to want to take this main hose off the radiator leading to the engine, which you're going to need the pliers for, because I'm a weakling. Now when you have the main line off from the radiator to the engine, you can get to disconnecting the thermostat housing. Now this is when you'll use your 12mm wrench. You got two bolts, one on the top, one on the bottom. You're going to break those loose and take that housing off. And voila, just like that, with some prying and pulling. Oh my god. This, I think, is clearly the issue, and I'm so happy I'm doing the job. New thermostat, old thermostat. If your thermostat even looks remotely like this, change it ASAP. I'm so happy I'm doing this. Alright, it is now time to put your new thermostat into its new home, along with a brand new gasket and some gasket sealer to make it all nice and tight again. Use the wire brush first, get all that old gasket off, but basically you want to make sure that the thermostat gets back in the same orientation that you found it. Gonna get both sides of the gasket nice and covered up. It smells really salty, like salt and vinegar chips. And so does the housing. And basically the rest is just putting back the puzzle. Alright, now that you've got all your pieces put back together in your car puzzle, don't forget to put the drain plug for the coolant back in underneath. And then you're going to want to go ahead and refill the coolant because that's the whole point of doing this. Woo. While you're doing this, go ahead and pump that main line to get the leftover air out of there. All you have to do to pump is just squeeze it multiple times. I've used just about this entire bottle to fill up the radiator, which is about 4 liters, so not bad. Then you're gonna want to obviously go ahead and put the cap back on. Now last things last, we're gonna go ahead and turn the car on and put the heater on full blast. Make sure your car is in neutral and or park, and that'll just get the fluid start moving. You're going to want to wait until you start feeling heat, and you're going to want to watch your temperature gauge to make sure that you're not overheating and everything is running smoothly. I also just realized that my garage door is closed and I'm not trying to die of carbon monoxide poisoning today. Once you feel the heat coming out and the temperature gauge reading correctly, you're finished and you've done a good job. Please remember to dispose of all liquids properly. I am by no means an expert, but I did have a lot of fun doing this, and I hope you had fun watching it and doing it yourself. If you found this video insightful, helpful, funny, or anything in between, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe so that I know that I should be making more of these. And I will be making more of these, so I'll see you next time.